Alright, so this is what happened to the coupe. Poor thing. Side swipe action there. By the way, my wife and my little one are doing alright, and we're not really injured, so that's a blessing in itself. You can see the B-pillar kind of pushed in a little there. Axle definitely out of whack, but not a big problem. I did get the door to open with a pry bar. Now it does open and close. Testament to how tough these little things are. Door is definitely toast. It's pretty crinkled. And my GTI has the exact small window door. Not a problem. The B-pillar itself, crinkled pretty bad down here. The rocker is good up to about that point. Forward it's alright. The inner rocker is fine. No dents or twists or anything, so I'll be able to just replace the outer skin. When we come inside here, we can see a slight wrinkle right here. This is in the footwell, but it's not bad enough that I will really need to do anything. I'm going to put a tiny little plate just to reinforce it. Same goes with the tiny bit of flex right here. It's ever so slightly wrinkled. Again, not a problem. I'll be able to put a tiny little plate there just for some slight reinforcement. And this entire inner panel will be coming out anyway, as will that little panel. The inside of the fender well, pretty screwed up. I'll be bringing that from my donor car as well. So I'll be cutting pretty much everything up to the seam there on the fender, all coming out. Outside panel, see that? Door still closes. Can't believe that. Outside panel, the upper part here off the body seam is actually really not damaged. So I'm going to attempt, when I start, to cut just this lower part, kind of along that body line there, and just section that piece in along with the lower portion of the outer B-pillar. If that doesn't work, I'm still going to have the entire upper portion here from my donor Golf, so not a big problem. The shock tower is in the right spot. It's not twisted. We'll come underneath here. The axle took the brunt of it. You can see where it's twisted. The shock itself has been twisted in the rubber, but the shock itself did not get bent. The tire kind of pushed against it, but the only thing it did was twist here. So the beam took the brunt of it. The spindle is still straight. The wheel was still straight. The shock is still straight, not leaking. Still moves like it's supposed to. So I'll be replacing the beam with all the parts that are currently right here. So really happy about that. All in all, it could have been a lot worse. The car took the impact rather well. It was a Dodge van, so pretty heavy vehicle, 4,000 plus pounds. Spun this car a full 180 degrees clear up onto a sidewalk against a retaining wall. It did unfortunately do a tiny bit of damage on the other side to my beautiful red stripe bumpers that have no holes in them except for that now, and a light scuff, no dents. So that'll be able to be scuffed off when I paint the car. Not a huge problem. It broke my grill a little bit, so I'm going to be going with just a dual round setup instead of the quad rounds because one of my fog lights is bad anyway. But she will live again. The cool electric mirrors on there transfer to my other doors. I'll have to save that wing window. Shout out to Meisterworks on the west coast of the USA. Dave Meister, their head honcho there. Tons of cool Euro tuning. They do some great stuff out there. He's an online friend, and I've done a lot of business with him too. If you guys want some stuff, Meisterworks, W-E-R-K-S. Guys are pretty badass. But we're going to put this little Wolfsburg back together again, and it will not be red. Red is a bad luck color for me. Every red car I've ever had has been run into by someone else. They've all been Volkswagens, and I am no longer doing that. this car will be Montana green. I already have the paint, so no longer going to be this tornado red, even though that's what the build sheet still has on it. But hopefully it'll break the bad luck streak and nobody will run into it after that. I don't know. Fingers crossed. But that's the plan for all you guys that have been kind of curious as to what we got to do to the poor thing. I will be doing a lot of updates once we start cutting the car apart, which hopefully will be happening here in the next couple of weeks. I'm still paying insurance for the license plates and stuff, so I can't really afford to have it sitting too long, paying for a dead car. But keep checking back. We're going to be posting lots of pictures, maybe a few videos, and hopefully have this thing back on the road. I want to be taking some pictures and going to car shows this summer, so that is the goal.